Now, the Tembisa protests have led to the deaths of 4 people. Police have increased their presence as protesters resorted to looting businesses and shops. Our reporter Pulele Shwiti-Jones is on the ground in Tembisa and joins me now for an update. So, Pule, good to speak to you. What's happening on the ground at the moment?
Yeah, well, on the ground, it's still, quite tensions that are high here. And this time around, it's between some of the residents and, of course, police officials here. I'm going to ask my colleague, Noko Malachi, just to show you, to bring you some kind of scene that's coming here. Residents, as you can see, are blocking vehicles from going or entering to some of the sections into Tembisa. Where we are right now is called Hospital View, just across Engine. And this is where the highway leads into Tembisa, where some of the areas go in. As you can see now, there's also a Nyala that has just arrived. And police officials have been trying to negotiate some of the residents to see if they can have them move away here and, of course, stop blocking this road. There's just a lot of bricks here, if I can just show you, that have been used here by residents to try and block this section here and to ensure that no one does go inside. Look, these tensions have been like this since about 6 a.m. We've been here since 6 a.m. and this is just how it's been. Earlier on, we witnessed that some of the shops that were being looted, and of course the Thembisa Customer Care Center, which was wrecked apart by some of the residents who went inside and bombed ATMs and took the money and took some of the equipment that was inside there. And police have been on high alert, but it seems as though they are being overwhelmed in some sections where we continue to see this lawlessness actually taking place. And residents have made it quite clear that they want the Mayor, Tanya Campbell, to come here and speak to their concerns as well, which look into the issues of them wanting flat rates and, of course, their electricity and water rates being decreased, but also getting electricity from Eskom only. However, we've also seen that these protests have also been hijacked by some of the community members, where we are now seeing criminal elements coming into play here, and this is something police officials have condemned.
Pule, we're seeing a lot of infrastructure that seems to have been damaged during the course of these protests as well. Talk to us about that as well. And also, they were running battles a little bit earlier on. Has that now calmed down between the police and the community?
Well, one may say things have come down, but it's just, an ongoing pattern of it being calm, and then again, it starts again. And like I said, on my left-hand side, police have been trying to negotiate with some of the residents, but they also sent a very strong message to say that they will be deploying or reinforcing police presence in this area. Now, one must also notice that Eskom has now also decided to pull out its services from this township, saying that it cannot risk having some of its members here, and once the situation has calmed down, then they will continue with their services. But also, quite importantly to mention, is that earlier on we spoke to one of the family members of one of the deceased who was allegedly shot by police yesterday, 52-year-old Linda Shabalala, and the family says that they will be opening, or they've opened a case against the police official who allegedly shot one of their own. And EMPD has confirmed that IPID police watchdog is currently investigating this matter as well. So, as it is, the death toll stands at 4 people who have been, who've lost their lives during this protest. But at the very same time, we've also seen now emergency services being the only services that are being allowed to enter into some of these sections. We also saw a Nyala, which was coming from a hospital, which is the one that's been deployed to actually look out for some of the emergency requests that would have been made by some of the residents in this area. But it's still the same. As you can see on screen, roads are being blocked, and of course police officials are still negotiating with some of the residents. Perhaps maybe let's just get a glimpse of what they're trying to speak about and see if it's getting anywhere and that if there's a way forward.
The whole July, nothing has been done.
Sure, man. What to say, man? We're not going to continue today. What is the way forward? Any word from Tanya Campbell? I know you guys wanted the mayor for comment.
We haven't heard any word from Tanya Campbell, but what's going to happen is, I think on Wednesday we're continuing. So on Wednesday we're going to have obviously community meeting, and then we'll see whether on Friday she's going to pitch up or not. But to be quite honest, we lost hope on her. We lost hope because as you can see here, we're all affected. But another thing that we need to make clear, people who are pregnant or who had obviously need to go to hospitals, we do let them go through. So we don't do anything as in being violent or probably damaging the properties. We are not on that.
I saw a bit of looting that was happening here earlier on, especially with the Tembisa Customer Care Center. Have you guys distanced yourself from that? We're not distancing, or we're not even accepting. We're the Tembisa community, all in us. But as you can see, we're only situated this side. So we're not going to say we agree or not, but we don't condone violence. That's what we can say. Just more details about the meeting. Where will it be taking place and what time tomorrow?
We're not sure where it's going to be, but it's a whole community that's going to be meeting, and then obviously they'll give us the details as time goes by.
I saw a bit of bullet cartridges here as well, and as we understand, 4 people have lost their lives as well. I spoke to one of the family members. How does that make you feel?
My man, those people are part of us. That's the hurting thing about it, because at the end of the day, remember that should every one of us is going to benefit here, but it seems like some few elements, they think that obviously we're trying to make a chaos in this the whole strike.
So who's not allowed to enter in some of these sections?
No, all the community here, we are one thing.
But I saw Uber service was being asked to turn around.
Yes, there should be, because remember, this is the whole community effort, right? So no one is going to come here. We're all affected. Some of us will have to go to work, but we're not here. We're sacrificing our times. But as I said, people who are in a critical conditions, who need to go to hospitals, whatever, we do let them through. And as you can see, even the malls, they're open when you go to Pumlani Mall and all the stuff. The garage is still safe here. So, because we still need to buy some food. So, we're not here as to obviously damage the properties here.
Okay, just lastly, what were the police saying to you guys? Because I know you guys, they said to us they would be negotiating with residents here and trying to make their way into some of the sections. Is that something you agree about, or are you saying no to them?
No, we do agree. We do agree on that one. As they were telling us, obviously, we didn't want to see one of our loved ones, obviously, when they passed away, and then they stay for the whole day in the sun. So we do give them a way to go through.
There, Peter, seems like some of the residents are cooperating with the police officials, saying they will be allowing some of those emergency services to come into some of these sections, but at the very same time, their demands are still the same. They want the mayor to come here, but also developing, they've just now established that there is a community meeting that's on the planning timelines to ensure that they can resolve this issue in this area. And despite police officials having told us earlier on that they want them to be removed from this section, it seems as though they're meeting each other halfway to see how they can iron out some of these issues. However, they have committed themselves to saying they will be continuing with this protest until Friday. But of course, they've also said that they are not looting or going to damage any public infrastructure. That's contrary to what we saw earlier of another vehicle that was actually seen damaging public infrastructure, and of course residents who were looting shops and of course damaging some of the infrastructure. But this group here says they are not part of that plan, and all they want is just for their answers, or rather demands, to be met by the mayor, Tanya Campbell.
Thank you so much, Pulele Chwiti Jones, reporting for us in Tembisa.